It is July 22nd. It's, oh my gosh, I'm feeling 22. Oh my gosh, girl. Woo! 22. I think that probably was my last best year, honestly, because 23 on up, it went downhill from there, girl. It went downhill from there. Which is so crazy because now that I'm 32, literally that little, I don't even know the math. I don't think the math is 10 years. From 22 to 32 is 10 years. But them 9 years, oh my God, from 23 to 32 is crazy. Yeah. So, I just wanted to record this because, girl, I had a good day. I had a good day. And I'm for real. Like, I'm like, let me record this because, girl, today was perfect. Like, the weather was perfect. The weather. It wasn't too hot. Wasn't too cold. I did put my jacket on because I was cold. But, like, it was cold. It was 71 degrees. The sun was shining. I mean, girl. Then today, I didn't really have to deal with too many customers that I had to give bad news to, and I think that's a plus because I really don't mind my job. I really don't. But it's like, I feel like my job could be easier if things ran a little bit more orderly and actually, like, you know, like, we do this, we all follow this line of protocol, you know what I'm saying? But everybody just be winging it, doing whatever they want to do. And then when I be like, so where's the mail? Supervisor be like, I learned to tell you. And I'm like, so what I'm put to this person up here? Like, they looking for their mail. But anyways, I didn't have to go through none of that today. So yes, we had a good day, and we were short staffed, and they left me on the window by myself, of course. But instead of me getting upset, we're redirecting our negative energy into positive energy, positive affirmations. And so basically, I'm trying to turn everything negative. I'm trying to be grateful for the experience, right? Because at the end of the day, I really stopped listening to the metaphysics and the spirituality. I really have taken the positive people, the Law of Vibrations, Bob Proctor, Neville Goddard, Reverend Ike. Like, I really have stopped listening. I don't know why I stopped, but like, it's really hard for me to stay consistent with the thing. Maybe I should really work on it. I'm ADHD girl. I'm trying to, like, focus on something, focus on completing something. It's so crazy. I'm watching Psych, the TV show. And the dad was telling the son, he like, son, you ain't never completed anything. And I was like, you know what? I don't think I have ever finished anything. Like, I've never finished anything that, any creative project. Well, actually, I did. I got 3 little ebooks. I don't care what nobody say. They're the best. I wrote one of them with AI, but the other 2 I wrote was my little poetry. I finished those. I have completed something. I'm proud of you, girl. I really want to count my small wins and really, like, highlight them. And I really need something, like, really positive and hopeful to look forward to, because I realized that the voices in my head, when it's time for me to really be down and out, I'm always like, what's the point of this, girl? Like, what are we doing this for? I don't want anything in this world. I don't want anything. I was just going through that as I'm driving home. I'm like, I need to find something that I can work towards, that a reward of some sort. And I'm like, what do I want? I don't know what I want. I don't because my whole thing is, this is the thing I want to say too, is that I feel like the humans, y'all, everybody but me, I feel like I'm just gonna say it because I know where it, ain't no other way is. There is not a nicer way to say it, but I just feel like most of the humans are very superficial and surface level, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not really judging nobody. All I'm saying is I've noticed that I'm different in the fact that I am a little deeper and morally convicted, and I really live my life like a spirit. I don't really enjoy the human experience as much. I'm really just like, girl, this is my body that I'm borrowing for right now. You know, it's not forever. I won't forever be in this body. But I do believe like my spirit either has been here before or will return. Who knows? Who cares? But I said that to say that it be like, okay, my coworker, he's older. Okay, much older. And he was showing me some videos of these twins that do pranks with their dad. And that's the type of content that he watches on YouTube. What I'm saying is, I never really have the time to enjoy that type of content. Like, and I remember it was another one of my coworkers, she was showing me some cartoon video or something. And she was so excited about it. And I'm like, man, I wish that everything with me wasn't so deep. Like, I'm such a, and what my YouTube feed, like I just said, psychology. It's Neville Goddard, Bob Proctor. It is people on here, but it's regular people talking about personal development, performance, resets, hygiene, cleaning up, decluttering. Like, I'm so oh my gosh, I'm so uptight. Like, I don't have any like play, just casual. I don't know why I'm like that. I don't like being like that. I want to enjoy the frivolous, silly things, but it just, my attention, I be so on like, but I could better myself. Let me read a book. And yeah, that's sad, because I just really feel like I'm gonna live this life and I'm gonna be so focused on trying to do the right thing so much, trying to be better than everybody else, because I truly want to be better than everybody else. Not like achievements. Like, I'm not trying to create nothing or invent nothing. I'm talking about spiritually. I want to be spiritually pure. At least close to it. Close to it. I know I'm not gonna be perfect, because girl, I sin every day. So there's that. But I was listening to Neville Goddard today, and some things it wasn't sticking. One thing did stick, was he was talking about, I'm actually gonna go and read the book of James because it's really small, so I can do that. I'm gonna read the book of James, and he was talking about, don't just be here. Oh, Jesus. Don't just be hearers of the word, but be doers of the word. So yeah. My favorite James verse is, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. So yeah. You know, I really should get that tattoo, because I really supposed to like hone in and study that, because the trying of your faith worketh patience. What does that even mean? It's crazy because I've been saying this. And now today I'm like, what does that even mean? I don't know. And the trying of your faith worketh patience. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm just like, it's so crazy because Juanita Bynum got a song called I Don't Mind Waiting. And I will bellow out that song. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting. So, and she, in the beginning, she's talking about, even if it takes 20 years. And I'll be saying, even if it takes 20 years. But in real life, I don't want to wait 20 years. Who wants to wait 20 years for a breakthrough? That's crazy. But as I've said in the previous video, I feel like I uploaded it. Hopefully I did. That we're going to surrender. We're not going to try to force anything, control anything. It's just that my nature, my instinct is to do just that. Is to manipulate the world and the universe and try to get my way. I've been holding on to people. I've been trying to push people away. The thing is, though, I feel like people that are meant to be in your life, I feel like there's nothing you can do to make them not want to be in your life. Like, if they're meant to be in your life, like, you're going to go through trials and tribulations. You're going to go through things. And things may not be the same. Because I can speak on this, like, I fell out with 3 of my sisters. All 3 of them. We all fell out. But only some of us rekindled relationships. One of my sisters, my oldest sister, me and her do not speak. We probably never going to speak again. That's cool. Because at the end of the day, it wasn't that I didn't choose to exclude her out of my life. She chose to excommunicate with me. She chose to block me and do all this crazy stuff. So, it took me a minute because I ain't gonna lie. It hurt. I hated that rejection. Oh my God. Because it ain't like I really needed her in my life. It was the fact that she told me I couldn't. And so I was trying to manipulate and control. So I was like, I'm sorry, girl. You know, you my sister, blah, blah, blah. And I think she read it and she was like, thanks or something. I don't know if she ever acknowledged that. I remember I sent that long text to all 3 of them. And anyways, long story short, I rekindled the relationship with 2 out of the 3. And out of the 2 out of the 3, out of the 2, one of my one of my sisters had passed away. And it's so crazy because I'm like, dang, that was my girl. Like, she really was my girl. I haven't had a massage since she passed. Like, that was the last time we did together. And I really, that's what I need to do. Okay? That's what I need to do. This has to be a non-negotiable for me. I need to get a massage at least every other month. And I think that's because I need a crazy goal like that, something personal for me, something that is pleasure, that I can enjoy, that's fun for me, that's relaxing for me, and it's part of my well-being. Like, at the end of the day, I'm a mental wellness type person. Like, whether you well or unwell, I'm all for it. But yeah, I need to make that a non-negotiable in my life. Because I'm like, what do I want my life to be? And at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm already at this job. Okay, they're gonna have to fire me to get me out of here. That's just because I can't quit. I cannot give up. I can't. Maybe I need to write that in my journal every day. Because I gotta remind myself, because I ain't gonna lie. Earlier today, I got irritated for some reason. And I was like, I could just walk up out of here. And this be my last day. And it's so crazy that these people are working with me and they don't even know that I'm on the type of time. Like, I come in there smiling, not saying nothing, not complaining, not whining to nobody. A lot of people in the job, they know, like, I don't like the job because I'm always saying little phrases about how I just work here. Oh, well, I barely work here, blah, blah, blah. So, a lot of people wouldn't be surprised if I quit. But at the end of the day, I don't really care. Because at the end of the day got to end. But before it ends, I have to realize that it's just one day. It's just one day. And this girl video, let me see if I can shout her out. Because I might need to look back at this later and go back and watch it. Because even though today I know who she is, tomorrow I won't. Let's see. I watched a lot of videos. I don't know. I found it.
I'm a firm believer that we need mega doses of the scripture. And I've got to tell you about one of my new...
Oh, they've been listening to me. Because why would they talk about scripture?
A set of tiny...
Okay. Woo! Her name is Memoir Comics 2. Can you see that? Can you see that? I don't know. I don't know where the camera is exactly. But anyway. Memoir Comics, the number 2. So she was talking about how to make yourself do it, 100% success rate. So basically, long story short, she said you have to break your goals down into tiny, achievable steps. And I don't know, I just really needed to hear that, and it really helped me because yesterday? The day before, one of them days, I'm like, okay, I'm just telling myself what I need to do so I can go ahead and do it. And I literally needed to, like, tell my brain this so I could do it as I'm doing it, or otherwise it wasn't gonna get done. So I'm like, as soon as I get in the house, I'm like, okay, I have to take off my clothes, put on my gym clothes, put on my shoes, grab my headphones, grab the keys, go. You going to the gym. Oh, get in the car, start the car, drive to the gym. Because it's so crazy because I got in the car and I'm like, okay, now you got to start the car, drive to the gym. Get to the gym. I sat in the car for a minute. All right, get out the car. You're about to go over here, do the little leg press. Then you're going to go upstairs and you're going to walk on the treadmill. And then, blah, we're going to the sauna. I love the sauna. Yeah. So that really helped me. Just really breaking it down. Really, because at the end of the day, I have not been getting a lot of things done simply because the mental exhaustion that goes through my mind, like, oh my gosh, how much energy is this gonna take? And I'm like, I'd rather just lay down. I'd rather just sit here and not do nothing. I don't care. I don't want to be here. I don't have to be here. So by breaking it down, I read something else too. I'm sorry. All these things are going through my head at once. I read something else on Threads, and it was like, if you're not careful, your brain will stall you, and you won't be able to achieve certain things because it's gonna be wired in your brain that again, like I said, like it's no point, like it's worthless, and it's gonna make your depression worse or something. I don't know what is it, but basically it's like if you don't have a system, you don't have nothing to follow, then good luck. Like they say, you fail to plan and you plan to fail. So there's that. What else? I don't know, girl. That's all I got today. I'm not about to run because it's hot in this car and I'm about to get out this car. I'm about to get it. I'm about to go lay down because at the end of the day, my menstrual cycle is starting, and I was gonna go to the gym. I'm like, you can go to the gym, but the thing is, I've been working overtime all this week. I'm tired, and I'm like, I'm really proud of you for working overtime, you know. And I've been getting up on time for the next day to go to work on time. What? Because I'm not gonna lie, some days, some weeks, whenever I gotta work overtime, y'all can miss me with that. Y'all think I'm gonna stay over and come in early and come on time? I can't do both. So either y'all gonna let me go home on time and I'll get to work on time the next day, or I'm gonna be late because I need to sleep in the morning. It's so crazy. So I thought I was gonna force myself to get up this morning. It is, you know, I'm really at a loss for words because I know when I set the alarm, especially last night because I went to sleep at like 11, and I set the first alarm for 5:15. I explicitly know that I do not want to be up at 5:15. Like, for no reason. Like, I think if the only way I would ever seriously get up at 5:15 is if my brain knew that I had to go to work. That's the only way. If I had to go to work. If my start time was at 6 o'clock, I'll be up. But because I know I don't really have to be up there early. What am I getting up there early for? Like, my whole thing is I'm trying to get more out of my day, but I'm like, I start self-sabotaging because I'm like, what am I trying to get done? Like, what needs to be done at 5:15 in the morning? And the thing is, as soon as my alarm go off, I'm like so irritated because I'm like, really? Snooze, cancel. I'll be up at 7:10, maybe 7:30. And if you really pushing it, 8 o'clock. And if I'm really not in the mood, 8:15, I will get up at the last minutes. And then rush. And then at that time, I'm not eating breakfast. I'm skipping. Oh, that's what I learned too. I don't want to record this because I need to remember. I forced myself to eat some oatmeal today, even though I didn't want to eat it. But that has to be a non-negotiable too. I need to eat breakfast because, and don't quote me, but I'm just repeating what I've seen online. That my cortisol is spiking, because I believe it. Because at the end of the day, that could be the only thing. My cortisol is spiking. That's why my gut is how it is. And like, all of these things are related. Like, my hormones have been imbalanced, and that's another reason why I've been kind of irritated and crazy this week, because my hormones and my period. Girl, just being a girl, I feel like they should pay us to exist. I'm serious. Like, I'm so serious. Like, what? You have got to be kidding me. I feel like if they pay women to exist, the world would be such a better place. Because for one, what I need a man for? But I'm not saying that to say what you need a man for. Of course you need a man, whatever. But what I'm saying is, because at the end of the day, they be so worried about who gonna take care of the kids. You know the mama gonna take care of the kids. She has to, right? So boom, pay her. Kids are provided for. I mean, and the men can go do whatever they want to do. They can go to work. But we should be paid to exist. And if that happened, do you know how many, oh, you know what? A lot of men will be single because that's what they have to offer. See, it's a trap. And I'm sorry, I'm going on this tangent right now, but it's all coming to me. It's a trap, because why would they make us depend on men who don't want to be depended on? Like, if they're telling me for real, God created Adam first, and Eve was made out of his rib, whole time Adam don't even want to be a provider and protector for Eve, because it wasn't his choice. He didn't have no say so. He was like, oh hey, what's up? And then I really need to read the story on Lilith, because she keeps coming up. I keep having these thoughts about Lilith. I'm about to see what ChatGPT say. All I'm gonna write is Lilith, and I want to see what it says. If you mean Lilith in astrology, I don't know. Lilith in the Bible, sweetheart. Let me see. I believe Lilith is in the Bible, right? Or they just made that up. Oh, she's not in the Bible. Girl, I've been watching Lucifer. I've been watching Lucifer on Netflix. So that's why I thought Lilith was in the Bible. They said that, okay, the well-known story that Lilith was Adam's first wife, who refused to submit to him and left the Garden of Eden, is not found in the Bible. Okay. So it's a Jewish folklore. Lilith and Adam were created from the same earth at the same time. She refused to be subordinate to Adam. Oh, I cannot read. Sorry. She left Eden after speaking God's name. Later, folklore portrayed her as a dangerous night spirit associated with infants and childbirth. These traditions are not considered scripture by Judaism or Christianity. Yeah. So, yeah, because the Bible don't mention no wife before Eve. She's supposed to be a night demon. Okay. Yeah, this is why she been calling me. So her symbol is of independence and the shadow self. I need to, like, this is what we're doing. We're working through our shadow. Because at the end of the day, long story short, we're about to wrap this up. When I was a child, I did what children do. I believed. I'm like, this is my first time here. What you saying gotta be true because you're older than me. Duh, that's common sense. So we would go to church, and again, like I said, I was always trying to be morally better than everybody else. So I'm in a church, I'm really paying attention, I'm not falling asleep, I'm listening to the scripture, I'm paying attention, I'm taking notes. I'm really believing in the Bible. I'm really believing in Jesus. I'm like, oh my God, Jesus is good. Yes, it's a savior. So I believed everything as a child, and I believed that being a good person, being Christian, being a saint, being holier than I was the goal. I believed that you was either good and God liked you, or you was bad and you was the devil's child. Like it was just black and white. Like that's what I believed when I was younger. And so as I'm getting older, I'm dipping and dabbling, and I'm just researching on my own, experiencing things on my own, and really finding other information. The thing is that for so long I believed in what I believed in, and so I don't really have time to test out new information because I'm lazy. And me and my coworker was having this conversation, like, this is why people don't grow, because they become complacent and stagnant in wherever they land, and they never put in the effort to elevate and grow. And I was like, yeah. Because at the end of the day, this is the thing about me, it's like, I can talk openly, I'm open-minded, and I can understand. I have a really big understanding of things, especially things that I'm not supposed to understand. I still have I can see how you could believe that. Even if I don't choose to believe it, I can see how that could be true for somebody. But for me, I always go back to, at the end of the day, girl, I don't know if none of this is what it is. Because at the end of the day, I don't know. There's no way for me to know. But this is what I do know. This is the only thing I know. The only thing I know is that my whole entire life has been darkness. Okay, and since my father passed, I feel like I was in hell. That's the truth. Because I'm like, I didn't really believe that my dad went to heaven, because I'm like, my dad, I love my dad because he was my dad. But I ain't gonna lie. Was he what God would consider a good person? From my young childhood mind of what is good and what's evil. And what made me upset for real is that I think when I was like 18, I'm like, I don't even know if I want to live a good life, because I know my dad's not in heaven and I want to be with my dad. And I don't know, I just really don't like this whole religion stuff and how it divides people and how it really alters what we do and how we treat people. Because at the end of the day, the day has ended and we're all just humans. This is our first time doing it. We're all spirits in the human body, and this is all our first time living this experience. So I don't know if it's all our first time, now that I think about it, because I don't know, this is just me, but I feel like the first people to ever discover something or invent something, I don't think that was their first time here. Because how did you know? Why didn't they know? What was so special about Albert Einstein? What was so special about Thomas Edison, George Washington, whoever was the first or whatever? What was so special about them? Because if we was all created the same, if we was all created in God's image, why don't we all have the same capabilities? Why aren't we all? Because why are some of us just caged and enslaved with our mind and in the world? Because my whole thing about, again, our morals being good and bad, if it was criminals and prisoners in the Bible, Why does humanity repeat itself? Oh, I know this is not good, but I'm going to do it anyways. And it's like, my whole thing is, because I be watching these crime shows, they don't be want to sit in jail and prison. But why did you do the crime and you knew that you was going to end up in prison? Like, at what point do we think, I'm not about to do this because I don't want to risk somebody having power over me and enslaving me? These are the things that go through my head because I just don't understand. I just don't understand. But at the end of the day, I'm a believer that everything's supposed to happen how it's supposed to happen, because at the end of the day, if there were no bad people, then the good people wouldn't be able to get their shine. The good police officers, the good whatever it's supposed to be. Girl. At the end of the day, life be too much. Life be a lot. It be a lot. And I'm just like, girl, I gotta be on earth for, I don't know. I truly don't. I want to be like Marilyn Monroe. I don't want to be here for a long time. I don't, because there's nothing I really want to do here. I do want to, like, the only reason why I'm here, literally, is so I can watch my nieces and nephews grow up. And it's so that I really want to prove to myself that as long as I don't give up, I will, we're going to say this today, I will become financially free. I will be debt free. I will not have a car note. I will not have any student loans. I will not owe nobody. All of my money will be mine, and I will distribute it to my nieces, my nephews, my siblings, and that's it. That's it. I'm not only taking care of the people who took care of me or whatever I'm close to, but because I'm a giver naturally. I be helping strangers, I help my friends, I help my coworkers. I like helping people. But for sure, my nieces and nephews, because my siblings did a lot for me. Some of them. But at the end of the day, I love all my nieces and nephews. Even if I don't really like their parents, I love the kids. I love the kids because y'all couldn't pay me to have none. Not one. Not one. Because at the end of the day, you having a child, you got to relive your life, and your child got to go through everything you would. Please. Because at the end of the day, I know I'm going to be done. I know I didn't say I'm about to be done 3,000 times. But at the end of the day, I was really thinking about it, and I'm like, even though I knew what I knew about my mother and how she lived her life, I thought that she was just weak, that she didn't know how to say no, and that I thought that things could change easily or quickly. But now that I'm going through what I'm going through in my situationships/relationships, I'm like, my mama really survived. And the thing is, my mama, Jesus, bless her soul, our fathers are either drug addicts, alcoholics, abusive. So my mom went through domestic violence, narcissistic abuse, physical abuse. Like, she went through all. And I really didn't understand the depth of what it means to be a parent, for one, because I don't have any kids. But for two, just a woman entangled with the man, the wrong man. So yeah, I just feel like, 'cause especially I was looking back and I was like, I remember a few years ago, me and my cousin had really got into it. Well, we didn't get into it. I got into it with her because at the time, I ain't know no better. I ain't went through nothing. I wasn't even having no real relationships. So she was. And I'm looking from the outside and I'm like, girl, you stupid. Why you gonna let this man do this, da 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 da, and you gonna stay with him, da da da? You still like him, da da. He did that, and you still with him, girl. You better than him. You deserve this. You deserve that, da 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 da. I judged her so harshly, and then I fell right into their shoes, and I'm like, oh. And it's so crazy because you really don't understand it unless you go through it. That's so stupid to me, because that's one of the things that I try to control and manipulate in my life, is that, again, I studied the information about my mother and I wanted to avoid repeating her mistakes, which hence why I don't have any kids. Because she was like, girl, have a kid and see if you turn out to be a better parent than me. And I knew that was a trick. I knew that was a setup, because there's no such thing. You literally become your parent eventually. No matter how far you try to stray away, some little inkling's gonna to drop down on them, because history repeats itself and it's in our DNA. It's the epigenetics. So I'm not stupid. That's one thing. But anyways, yeah, girl, long story short is that, because like with this depression stuff, when my sister, when she wasn't showering and cleaning up and taking care of herself, we like, girl, you lazy. You just nasty. Look at me. I'm not lazy or nasty, but I have not been showering. I have not been cleaning up. And it was nothing I could do. I was really paralyzed in my body. And I really was like, dang. I used to judge my sister so harshly. I used to really sit back and be like, I'm better than you. Blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't until I got depressed, girl. It wasn't until it got me. And that's why you really shouldn't. You should just be kind to people. That's why I tell you, love yourself, love others, mind your business, and have a good day and a better tomorrow. Peace.